Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome. I'm very pleased to be joined by Sam Savitz. Sam is a research associate at the Energy Futures Initiative in the US and is going to be speaking at the forthcoming World Electrolysis Congress, which is taking place in Boston, 4th to 6th of September. So welcome, Sam. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to be here and excited for the conference in September.
So yeah, it's going to be a great event. One of our sort of real focused events, looking at obviously the electrolysis process. Obviously, huge amounts of activity that has been happening over the last sort of 3 or 4 years. And the Energy Futures Initiative is I guess a sort of newish initiative. So maybe you could sort of start there and then maybe introduce the initiative and the work that you're doing.
Yes, of course. So Energy Futures Initiative Foundation, or EFI Foundation, we're a nonprofit think tank based in Washington, D.C. We were founded by former Energy Secretary Ernest Moniz in 2017. And the goal of EFI is to do research and policy analysis on innovation of all kinds, not just technology innovation, but also new forms of policy, business models, all of that. And we work on a real wide range of technologies, but hydrogen has been one of our main themes over the last several years. We work a lot in general on those kind of last mile, difficult to decarbonize sectors and potential solutions for that space. And the latest work that I've been participating in is something called the Hydrogen Demand Initiative. So as part of the bipartisan infrastructure law in the United States that was signed in 2021, there is a program for clean hydrogen hubs. And the Department of Energy has set aside $7 billion of an $8 billion allocation to support those hubs. They selected 7 hubs in different regions of the country, but they have also set aside a portion of that funding for a demand side support program. And EFI Foundation has been selected to lead a consortium to design and then potentially implement this program. We're part of a consortium along with S&P Global, RMI, formerly the Rocky Mountain Institute, Intercontinental Exchange, who run the New York Stock Exchange, and a number of other commodity exchanges, and 4 other partners that make up this group. And DOE is exploring a kind of different model using an authority they have called the Other Transactions Authority to allow this sort of public-private partnership that EFI is leading to help design and implement this program.
Excellent. And certainly demand is obviously a key challenge, one of the key challenges with hydrogen, and clearly with a lot of the other areas, certainly in the energy transition, we've been creating products that had existing demand, obviously, namely electricity. So around that peculiarities around constructing demand at the same time as trying to build and scale technology in the production side. What are some of the actual sort of specific ways that you can overcome and help increase demand for clean hydrogen?
Yeah, of course. So what this design phase has entailed is doing a lot of research on the state of the hydrogen market, talking to stakeholders in the hydrogen space about this very question, as well as researching and testing potential mechanisms for distributing federal support. So right now in the United States, a lot of the support is on the hydrogen production, hydrogen supply side of the equation, that with the production tax credit, the carbon capture tax credit, as well as the hub programs themselves, which are supposed to cover all of production, transportation, and demand. And so, but it creates the issue of how you can encourage adoption of clean hydrogen, both in sectors that are using it already, like say biorefining or ammonia synthesis, or in new sectors like the power production or transportation and mobility sectors. So we've looked at a wide range of potential models for demand support, and this is another part of kind of the innovation of this program. Demand side support specifically is also a somewhat new area for the federal government and for the Department of Energy. And so, for instance, we've looked at models that are being used in Europe, in the UK, in East Asia, Japan, and Korea as well. A lot of those countries have gone with contracts for difference as a way to do support. as well as fixed dollar per kilogram subsidies for hydrogen support. And of course, in many of those other countries, there's also mandates on the demand side as well that can encourage that adoption. But without that sort of stick to go along with the carrot in the United States, a lot of the focus is on how we can design a potential mechanism. And we've looked at a lot of options. The biggest question in all of this is how you can make projects investable, how you can get them to final investment decision through one of these mechanisms. And so we're looking at a combination as well of options that can be targeted at any hydrogen consuming sector that will essentially target the first movers, what projects are closest to that FID but need that last little bit over the line, as well as targeting particular support at sectors or even segments of hydrogen like the pipeline and storage capacity or refueling stations that we think could use some special support because the addressable market there is really wide.
Yeah, fascinating stuff, and yeah, you're right to sort of look at what's been occurring around the countries, the other countries in the hydrogen space, and certainly I think we're seeing that combination of sort of carrot and stick approach is certainly needed, I guess, in terms of effective. So it's going to be fascinating to see how it develops from now on. Certainly set within the landscape of the energy transition going on through the 2020s, and with some sort of steep targets to hit, steep road to climb. So and in terms of actual active participation, how do you get contributions into your process and from the industry?
Yeah, of course. So first of all, want to give a plug. We have what we're calling the H2DI Hydrogen Demand Initiative data call out right now. So if you go to our website, h2di.org/survey, you can fill this out. And it's basically an ask for industry, both suppliers and potential sources of demand, to talk about the kind of state of their project readiness and all of that. The information is all kept confidential, of course, and it's just residing with the private partners of H2DI, but it's our way of understanding what's going on, especially within the hydrogen hubs that have been selected. But we also have an extensive engagement process that we're doing right now through this design phase, which is supposed to run into this autumn. We're hoping to have 500 conversations with stakeholders of any kind. We've reached about halfway to that goal, 250, 300 right now, and we're doing a series of workshops and all of that as well. So for any stakeholders, especially on the electrolysis side with the theme of this conference, we'd love to talk to you and get your input on the state of play of the markets, what might be useful to your projects in terms of demand side support, and really looking for that input. Feel free to email me or the contact us link on the H2DI or EFI websites, and we'd happily set up a conversation. I've done tons and tons of these conversations with different stakeholders over the last several months since this initiative started in January. So that's been very exciting.
It's been fascinating to chat to you, Sam. We look forward to hearing more from the EFI come the 4th to the 6th of September, and all the industry coming together at World Electrolysis Congress. So many thanks for chatting to us today.
Thank you, Nadim. Thank you for chatting with me as well.